Hello and welcome! Today, we're going to deconstruct a single, incredibly powerful scene from mythology, a story that's all about faith, fury, and just awe-inspiring devotion. So, our story kicks off with this amazing image from the source material. This isn't just a description. It immediately sets this epic, almost cosmic tone. It's telling us to get ready for something huge. And at the absolute center of it all is this one figure, Hanuman. For so many, that name alone just carries so much weight. It's a symbol of power, yeah, but also of incredible loyalty and strength. He's our hero, and his journey is about to begin with a totally impossible choice. Okay, let's dive right in. We start at a moment where the task ahead looks, well, completely impossible. This part of the story begins with a challenge of, divine proportions, and the only thing driving it is pure, unwavering devotion. So I want you to picture this. You have this lone, muscular warrior, and his body is literally glowing with a golden light as the sun comes up. He's powerful, he's poised, and he's standing completely alone at what feels like the edge of the world. And that's what he's facing. Not some big army or a monster, but nature itself, a vast, endless ocean stretching out farther than you can see. There's no normal way to cross something like that.
And that really gets to the core question here, doesn't it? When you're up against a barrier that just defies all logic, is being physically strong enough? Or do you need something deeper? Something like the kind of unwavering faith we're talking about.
And then he just does it. He takes one deep breath and he launches himself into the air. And the way it's described, it's pure cinema. It's this slow-motion, golden arc of just pure will, soaring over the water, propelled by nothing but belief. But here's the thing. That incredible leap, that's just the beginning. After this massive display of raw power, the whole nature of his mission just completely flips. It goes from this epic physical feat to a really delicate task that needs stealth and empathy and humility. So, his destination is the city of Lanka. Our source describes it as this beautiful, golden place. But all that beauty is hiding a really dark purpose. It's the enemy's fortress, and it's a prison. And deep inside Lanka, there's this serene garden called the Ashok Vatika. It's painted as this little pocket of peaceful nature in the middle of all this conflict. But really, it's a beautiful, gilded cage. And it's where he'll find the person he came for. And there she is. He finds Sita, who's been taken captive, and she looks just completely heartbroken. But think about this. Hanuman, the warrior who just crossed an entire ocean, doesn't come in with a big show of force. No, his first move is to approach her with quiet respect. This moment right here is so important. His first act isn't a forceful rescue. It's an act of quiet comfort. He's there to deliver a message of hope from her husband, Rama. He chooses to be a humble messenger before he's a mighty savior. But now, the tone shifts, big time. The mission of hope has been delivered, and now a very, very different kind of message needs to be sent. The humble messenger is about to reveal his true, terrifying power. And this just perfectly illustrates the duality of our hero, right? He contains both. The same being who is just stealthy and humble can become absolutely unstoppable and fearsome. He can deliver hope to a friend and a terrifying warning to an enemy. His transformation is just swift and total. First, he grows to this colossal, terrifying size. Then, he just dismantles the enemy soldiers. And finally, in this legendary act, he uses his own tail as a giant torch to set the entire city on fire. And you have to understand, the story makes it clear this isn't just random destruction. It's a spectacle, and it has a purpose. That beautiful golden city now being consumed by golden flames, that becomes the messenger's unforgettable, terrifying warning. After all that fire, after all the fury, the story brings us back to its emotional heart. The mission, in all its different parts, is finally over. And now, it's time to go home. I mean, just stop and think about everything that just happened. The impossible leap across the ocean, the delicate delivery of a secret message, and the terrifying warning written in fire. Every single one of those monumental tasks is now done. So how does this incredible, larger-than-life hero present himself when he gets back? Not with arrogance, not with boasting, but with humility. He returns to his lord, Rama, and he bows. The exact same gesture of respect he showed to Sita. And this final moment, it's so crucial. The reward for everything he did, it isn't a crown, it's not some title. It's a divine blessing. It's this glowing light that shows what the real prize was all along, the recognition of his pure, unwavering devotion. So, when we pull back and look at the whole picture, what does this one mythic scene really show us? Well, it shows the two sides of power, how the same force can be used to comfort or to destroy. It shows us that real strength, the kind that lasts, isn't just about muscle. It's rooted in deep devotion. And maybe most importantly, it shows that a hero's biggest journey isn't always crossing an ocean, but mastering the different forces inside themselves. The message is pretty clear. Great strength has to be balanced by even greater humility. And that kind of leaves us with one last question to think about. In a world that so often celebrates brute force and, big outward displays of power, this ancient story asks us to look a little deeper. It challenges us to think about when real power isn't in the spectacular leap or the roaring fire, but in the quiet, humble act of devotion.